What is going on, you guys? Shadow X back with you for another Dokkan battle video. This time around, we're covering the data download that we had over here on the JP side of the game. We did get the new card info for the brand new Dokkan Fest Trunks and Goten from the Bio Broly movie, as we can see here. Here is the official TUR card art with Krillin there. Now, I have to be honest, I don't like this art. Krillin looks so out of place. It pisses me off. He needs to be in the center. Like, why did they design it like this? I don't. This just looks weird to me. I don't know. Um, it bugs me honestly. Like, Krillin just looks so out of place. For that, I just don't care for this card art. Honestly, let's actually head over here and take a look at all the other arts. So we're also going to be getting a new summonable Krillin alongside the new Trunks and Goten unit. We'll talk about him in a minute. So here's his SSR art. Here is his Awakened art, which looks pretty good in my opinion. Here is the SSR art for the Trunks and Goten, and then obviously, as we saw, the TUR art there. So let's go ahead and play their super attack animations and check them out and see what they look like. I love that moment. They are a unit super attack, as we guessed. I think it's pretty obvious. Triple Kamehameha. So this is the active skill. Yeah, definitely really clean animations, I'd say. If you're someone that's not super crazy for Trunks and Goten, but you like the animations, I could definitely see someone wanting to summon for that reason, but I've mentioned it previously. I don't think Trunks and Goten merit everyone's level of hype in terms of them being their favorite characters in the series. Me personally, I think they're one of the more annoying characters. I just don't care for Trunks and Goten, but I gotta say the animations look really good overall, right? So maybe that might entice someone to summon for that reason. So let's go ahead and talk about what they do, because they are pretty good units. So let's start off with the new Trunks and Goten here. So they introduced a brand new category, Prodigal Warriors, or Kamehameha 3 key and 170% to HP and attack and defense 130%. I would have liked that to have been just 170% across the board. It is the first time in a while that they have brought back the HP and attack 170 and then defense 130, rather it being the other way around. HP and defense 170 and then attack 130, I believe. Or no, I think it's HP 130 and then HP. No, it's attack and defense 170% and then HP 130. So it's switched around this time. I don't like how they have the same Kamehameha buff as LR Goten, or LR Gohan, the AGL one. Um, I think that's kind of they should have done something different in my opinion. But whatever, I guess it is what it is. We'll take a look at the new Prodigal Warriors category in a minute, because I do think this is a pretty strong leader skill for the most part. So their super attack here, they raise attack for one turn, cause immense. It's fine. They also have a unit super attack, as I mentioned, which greatly raises attack for one turn and causes immense damage and raises allies' attack by 30% for one turn. So that's a pretty significant buff when you get that off. And then their conditions here, they activate it when there's another ally attacking the same turn whose name includes Trunks or Goten, or Krillin is on the team. So again, it just has to be on the team and not in the same turn. So that just makes it overall so much easier to get off, right? So that is definitely a big thing you want to remember when using this unit. The passive here, They get attack and defense 150% when launching a super attack, so it's not at the start of turn, which I don't really care for. I prefer, units to have that buff at the start of turn, but, having the super attack first limits them in slot 1, so that is a negative for this unit. They have a great chance of additional attack and defense 50%, and then another great chance of additional attack and defense 50%. So 100% if you can get it off. It is a 70% chance, so remember that. Then they also get 1 key and attack and defense 10% and a chance to evade 7% when an attack is evaded, max of 3 key and attack and defense 50% and 30% chance to evade. So this last part of their passive here, I'm not really the biggest fan of. It's more just like an extra icing on the cake, if you will. It's nice to have, but just getting an extra chance to evade when you evade, I just think it's almost rather pointless. It'll be really good when you get their active skill off because it's literally, you know, they have guaranteed dodges, right? So let's read it, what it says here. Able to be used once 3 turns or more have elapsed from the start of battle, and there's a character attacking the same turn whose name includes Trunks or Goten, once only. So what that does when you activate it, they get 6 key and then they can dodge all enemy attacks. So again, that's going to help their last part of the passive. If you're thinking about their hidden potential build and what you might want to do with them, definitely do not prioritize this last part here. The double chance they get to evade when they evade. Just let that be natural. And I'd probably just go like a mix of additionals and crits with this unit. It's personal preference overall, right? But I think this unit is kind of hit really hard, and at times they're gonna look really good if you can get their great chances of their additional attack and defense off. But they're sort of very similar to like int go tanks where there's a lot of RNG involved, right? So with these typical units, I'm not the biggest fan of them. They can look really good at times, but then there's times where if they don't have their full passive off, they're definitely going to struggle, right? So, again, another one of these units they really want you to be using in slot 2. So, I don't know what it is, but Dokkan has a hard for it. And, we're kind of getting to the point where there's too many units that you need to prioritize in slot 2, with another unit such as this Trunks and Goten. And, I just think overall it's kind of getting to the point where it's like you have to pick and choose who you're going to put in slot 2 because there's just so many units that are going to benefit from being in that position, right? So their links here are Innocence, Hybrid Saiyans, Kamehameha, Prodigies, Budding Warrior, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle, and they are on several categories here. So obviously the new category: Prodigal Warriors, Hybrid Saiyans, Joint Forces, Movie Heroes, Youth, Super Saiyans, and Kamehameha. So they're going to have a lot of functionality. They will work on several of those teams very well. This unit is very good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not jumping out of my chair for them, right? I'm not going crazy. I don't know where I'd have them in terms of like the best TURs in the game. Maybe they're in the top 10. It's a little too soon to tell. But, again, they're a very good unit, and they're gonna look really good at times if you can get their full potential active, right? So let's actually move over and talk about the next unit here, Krillin, which is Krillin has gotten a lot of respect over the last year, I'd say. So that is nice to see him getting good cards. So he leads the Saviors category with 3 key and 120% to stats, so that's not bad. Super attack here raises defense for 1 turn and causes supreme. Okay. Passive, he gets 120% attack and defense, not bad. Superclass allies 2 key attack and defense 30%, so that's very solid. Going to be a really good support type unit, especially on a team such as Kamehameha. He also gains an additional attack 120% and reduces damage received by 30%, and grants an additional 2 key attack and defense 30% if there's an ally whose names include Goten or Trunks attacking in the same turn. Then he also reduces damage received by an additional 10%, and all superclass allies critical hit chance 10% if there's a movie boss category enemy. So this guy does quite a bit, as you guys can see. He's going to be a really good support type unit for superclass allies, right? The 2 key and 30% attack and defense that he gets. He has damage reduction. He's getting a pretty solid buff at the start of turn. I like this guy. He's really good. Again, though, he is a unit you're probably going to want to prioritize in slot 2, though. But he's on several categories, which helps him out. His links are pretty okay for a Krillin unit, right? Turtle School, experienced fighters, courage, high compatibility, solid support, Kamehameha, and fierce battle. So, he's going to work pretty well, depending on who you're running him alongside. You do want a Trunks and Goten with him, right? To make him, fully functional with his passive there. But overall, this Krillin is exceptional. I definitely think he's one of the better banner units that we've had. So keep that in mind. If you pull this guy, it's definitely a win, I'd say. So there is that. Alright, so we talked about the 2 new units. Here's the new category, the Prodigal Warriors category. So as you guys can see, basically it's just like, Khalifas, Kales. Actually, let me go to the first page here. So it's a lot of freezes, Gotenks, Trunks, Vegeta's, Boos, right? Vegeta's here, as we can see. Khalifas there. Funny enough, Kale did not make the category, so I don't really understand why. I feel like she could have been. She probably should have been. Hell, you could even throw Kefla in the category. Like, who cares, right? There's a lot of freezes here. Piccolos. Who else? Who else? I'm looking for any other noteworthy characters. Gotenks, right? Overall, it's a really good category. I also do want to point out that you can run all of the Dokkan Fest LRs on this team, just strengthening the team because of the additional Kamehameha leader skill attached to the unit, right? So their leader skill, I would say, is up there with one of the better leader skills in the game. And this team is not bad overall, right? So you could probably do some really good team builds. Very interesting ways you probably could, do some different lineups and things like that. So overall, the category is pretty good. And then also with the celebration, don't forget about these 3 getting their easy A's. Not going to talk about them because I already did previously in my other video. So make sure to go check out that video below, or probably at the end. But to finish this video, I also wanted to point this out right here. News that we just got a minute ago. I didn't want to make a separate video on it just because it's not a whole lot to talk about. But what this is basically it's a notification telling us that there's going to be a future update where we can run multiple units of the same name on the same team. We don't know when this update is going to take place. I presume probably sometime before Saiyan Day or around that time. Could be even sooner than that, or maybe it could be like way ahead down the line. But the fact that we're already getting this notice now probably tells me it's going to be within the next 2 weeks. So this is just a massive upgrade because overall it just widens the variety of different team building you can do. You're no longer limited to being able to, think of it like this, how disgusting this rotation is going to be. Tech Vegito Blue and Physical Vegito Blue on the same rotation, on the same team together. 2 units that can potentially super attack 4 times each. So that's 8 super attacks that you're looking at. And then, I don't know, let's say you have depending whatever team you're using, you have something like, AGO UI Goku or Evolution Blue Vegeta in slot 3 or something like that, even though you wouldn't run them in slot 3. If they triple super attack, that's 11 super attacks you're getting off in that turn. What boss in the game is going to survive 11 super attacks in the game? Like, understand that. That is just such a broken upgrade. I don't know which units got the best buff over this. Piccolo units are up there because they all share the same name, so that's really, beneficial for a unit like that. I would probably say like Super Saiyan Goku or just different Goku units in general because there's so many in the game, right? Dude, I saw a meme and it was like, Bandai really heard us talking about or debating over, Int UI Goku's EZA and the LR STR UI Goku, and they really just said, fuck it, just run them together on the same team. But yeah, I mean, all 3 of those UI Gokus on one rotation, just think about that. That's so disgusting, right? With the 70% chance to dodge from the 2 LR UI Gokus, and then, if you get the Int UI Goku to transform, he has a 100% guaranteed dodge on, the opening rotation that he appears as, Master Duai Goku. It's just going to be so disgusting with the different team builds that you can do now. It's a huge, massive win, and it really just buffed every unit in the game that has these name restrictions, right? Um, so you guys let me know what you think of this upgrade. Again, we don't know when it's going to take place, but I would presume probably within the next 2 weeks or so. And I would say Global is probably going to get this update pretty soon. So we'll have to see. But again, this is just huge news that we got. So with that, that's going to do it for this data download video. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good little filler celebration, this Bio Broly movie celebration. Movie celebrations seems like it's kind of going to be the theme of what they're going to do for these upcoming celebrations, which leads me to believe that the worldwide celebration is probably going to be around, some kind of a movie celebration, but we'll have to see. But, just wanted to get everything, that we know of so far out to you guys, and I want you guys to let me know what you think of it all. So with that, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, your boys clocking out, Shadow X. See you guys in the next one.